It's nothing fishy. It's Sanctuary of Reality, my comic review series. Time now for Cerebus issue 243, the 12th chapter of Going Home. After a stormy night, the next morning, Cerebus baits his hook and goes fishing off the side of the barge, taking a nap while doing so. Cerebus tries to convince Jaka that F-Stop was merely being a writer and making things up about their watching her. But in doing so, Jaka catches her making a comment that she couldn't have known had she not been eavesdropping. After the Cerebus departs, Jaka asks F-Stop how his story based on her ends. He reveals it ends with her counterpart ending up on the island of Milk as the patroness of a colony of artists. He recalls her introduction to a lithograph collection of artists in Zuli concerning the nature of artistic insight, which impresses her. F-Stop then points out that the heroine of his novel may never end up the patroness of the colony, as at that moment she's merely resigned to endorsing action figure pubs and moving up north to become a housewife. As a wedge is firmly drawn between Jaka and Cerebus, the aardvark awakens to see a vision of Rick, now in full prophet mode with robes and long hair and a long beard. He's on the nearby shores with his disciples, baptizing others in the name of the one true God. Cerebus is stunned by this, but then catches a fish, which takes his attention away from the sight. Cerebus's catch is then cooked for dinner, but neither Jaka nor F-Stop wish to partake in the gizzard-stuffed fish. F-Stop, having sown the seeds for doubt in Jaka's relationship in regards to her true passion, drinks some gin repeatedly. Jaka is now distant with Cerebus, her thoughts taken with that concerning art. Cerebus suggests they hold hands and look at the stars. What strange sight do they discover on the roof of the barge? So as predicted, this is the final time that Rick and Cerebus meet. Rick has become a prophet of God in this world and is gaining a lot of followers very quickly, as we saw with the guy in the bar a few issues ago. This will be an important aspect of the storyline later on, so keep it in mind. This won't be the last time that Cerebus does see Rick in any form, but you'll have to wait and see for that. And maybe it's not real, but maybe it is. So we'll see when we get to it. This is a solid issue. There's beautiful artwork as always. And two notable events happen in this issue. Jaka and Cerebus' relationship is never quite the same after F-Stop suggested that she become a patroness of the arts. And Cerebus seeing Rick hints at a larger destiny for him as well. So from a story importance standpoint, this issue does stand out. The plot is getting a little further along after having settled into a mellow groove before. I can see why people could consider this story boring thus far, as there's been really no real events of any conflict going on. But the tension is going to ramp up, even though it's going to be more along the lines of internal conflicts between the trio, as opposed to physical confrontations or battles of any kind. But like I've said, not all action has to be physical. Next time, gin-soaked philosophizing.